kind of night and day offensively from the first half to the second. What was the biggest difference you saw in the second half there?
76% is kind of hard to match.
Right.
That's hard to match, and we got a little tight. I don't think there's any doubt. Didn't attack as well as we should have. But it's early in the year. We've been working against the pressure since, especially Tulane. So we made some plays. We're still a little bit reluctant to make the tough play, but against that team, I'm sure we grew up a lot tonight. We see what we got to do, and defensively, we fought our tails off. So I thought that's what won the game for us, and it was our defense. The offense first half. That's unbelievable. You don't get that many halves. It's probably one of the best halves we've ever played here. But you're not going to do that 2 halves in a row. So we knew it'd get a little tired. We knew they were going to start pounding us inside a little bit because we're giving out a little bit and starting to foul a little bit too much. But when you match up with Oklahoma, you've done something pretty special.
Yeah. Taylor was saying last week since Tulane practicing pretty tough. I mean, just kind of what was the biggest thing? I know you were talking about after that game, the traps and things. Was that your biggest concern, just trying to get that worked out before
it was. I mean, we made 22 turnovers against Tulane, and up until this, we've been shooting 39% for the year. So a team that shoots 39, you can't get the ball away 22 times and expect to win and play the defense that we played against them. So concentration. Don't make turnovers. And don't give up easy shots, because when you make turnovers, you usually give up easy shots. So if we don't make turnovers, we get our defense set. We play pretty good defense. And then tonight, we scored pretty well. Like I said, the first half didn't handle the pressure. That was great the second half, but we haven't been good enough to hold on. And that's all we can do right now.
Charday, just kind of run through the decision to kind of throw her in the lineup when you did after sitting the first.
Well, after watching Tulane, I was really thinking real hard about redshirt for Charday.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I hadn't played her, because, we got 3 seniors that, I knew there wouldn't be a lot of minutes there if I kept the rotation like it was. And then after we had the breakdown, and I see, Charday's a little bit more athletic as far as taking it to the hole, and she made some of those moves tonight, especially that she played a great first half.
Yeah.
Not to play and come off and all of a sudden start against Oklahoma and play. So that was very pleasing. I thought she'd give out a little bit and got a little fatigued because she hadn't been playing. But she added another dimension, and I thought, she can help us, so I'm not worried about burning minutes there. So, I think she'll be contributing quite a bit from here.
Yeah. Was there any reluctance to kind of take her out of that possible redshirt because we're a month in, or is this about the time if you're going to do it?
Listen, I was going to wait until the end of the semester, but again, I almost used her against Tulane. I didn't want to make a snap decision, so I went home and thought about it over the weekend and thought, well, we can use what she's got. We need that piece right now. So, you always play. I'm not one that looks at the future. If you got a chance of winning this year, go ahead and give it all you got, and so it paid off for us tonight.
Made you look pretty smart in that first half, didn't it?
Sure did. Yeah.
So a big smile as you were coming off that court. I mean, what's this mean to you? Beat Oklahoma.
Well, I mean, when you get to play, first of all, I think LSU, Oklahoma, Texas, and those guys, that they'll come a little right to play us. So it's special, and they gave us an opportunity. Coach Blair's gave us that opportunity, and not many mid-majors get to do that. And the only way you're going to learn to beat those people is play those people. And that's always been my philosophy. The only way you figure out how to get better is play the best. So, it's special when you finally do reach that point where your team's good enough to compete against the top teams in the country. I think they were, 5th in the country in scoring, and you hold them to 62 points. That tells your kids, hey, you got a lot to be proud of, because they can shoot the ball, they got the inside. So, it's pretty special to be able to do that.
You might see this game and might not want to keep coming to the Jack Stevens.
That's always the hard part. And the key to that, though, is we need to keep our RPI up and keep where it's not going to kill them if they come in and play us. And I think that's the reason they're here, because of our success in the past. Hey, everybody recognizes they got a good program. So, you don't get killed at the end of the year and they say, well, you got to beat the UALR. People are, they're kind of used to us doing that every once in a while. So I hope it keeps happening.
How big was Taylor in the last 6 minutes for you? You've been looking for a spark the whole first, second half. She finally comes up with it.
Well, one thing about Taylor, she has no conscience when it comes to shooting and driving basketball. So, others are getting a little tight. Taylor ain't going to get tight. And free throws, man, that's amazing when you just walk up there time after time after time and drill them. And that's what she had to do, and she did it for us. I look up, and like I say, that's one thing when I put her in the game. I know we're going to get some offense. It may be a turnover every now and then, but she's going to make something happen.
Set.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank